जी।
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
So,
evening, sir.
good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Now, in the morning, I hope you all must have attended the morning's session also, which was taken up by Anjali Jaiswal, ma'am. So, more or
Yes,
less, the instructions are almost same. So, I would like you to again. I am repeating some of the instructions. One is that please, all of you, type your name, school's name in the chat box. And secondly, there will be a link shared in the chat box later on, which is for feedback performer. So I request you all to fill that feedback performer before leaving this session. And rest of the instructions are more or less same, which were there in the previous session, as all of you have already attended those. So now, without wasting much time, I'm going to start with the session because it is going to take some time. So already 3 minutes are over. So first of all, I would like to share the screen with you. Now I'm going to mute everyone. So please bear with this. So, and if somebody joins a little late, or if somebody is not able to mute themselves, just let me know. I will mute everyone because then the noise will be little less. Okay, so now I am starting with the today's work. See, first of all, I would like to thank our director, Mrs. Nisha Peshin. Now, first of all, I would like to thank our director, Dr. Nisha Peshin, and our worthy principal, Mrs. Jaya Bhardwaj, for allowing us to organize these workshops. So, at the same time, I would like you all to recite Gayatri Mantra. And so, I'm going to start. You just wait for another 2 minutes or so. Okay, so now let me take my topic. As you know, today's topic is Education Today, Seeds of Hope, Part 1. So, first of all, I will share the screen once again so that you can see what I'm going to say. So, my topic for today is Education Today, Seeds of Hope, Part 1. Now, why I'm saying that it is Seeds of Hope Part 1, it is just because in today's context, when suddenly there was a lockdown declared by our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, in March. Now, we were left just like empty. Now, why I'm saying empty, we were just like this. If you see, there are only bones and nothing else, and the body is looking here and there, searching for certain things. So we were just like this, that searching for different things here and there, that what method shall we use for teaching our students, how one will be able to teach, because it was not sure that when this lockdown is going to be over. So we start searching. I also start searching for the different methods. Our school also helped to some extent, but we all, in fact, as teachers, started searching for different things. And after 2.5 months of this lockdown or so, and still we are waiting for our schools to open, now what we are feeling as is like this. I hope you can see that we are now full of confidence that now we can teach through online platforms, different online platforms. We know what to do, we know how to manage our students online also. So we are just like Superman almost. Initially, everyone was saying that teachers don't know how to teach, and many of us were not that acquainted with the especially computers or so, how to use, how to manage the different settings and all that. But now, as we know, we are all confident enough. That's why we are able to join and join this workshop online. So I will be taking up some different e-platforms in today's workshop, which actually most of us are using. But the problem is that none of these e-learning platforms are basically e-learning platforms. These platforms were basically designed by the companies to organize large conferences without bringing their employees at one place. This helps them to cut down on the budget also. And these e-platforms were generally were like web conferences. But we as teachers found something out of it, that if they can talk to each other through video conferencing, then we as teachers can also talk to our students through web conferencing or video conferencing. The only problem was that these were not available easily on even internet. Most of these work through the web browsers, etc. And you know, small children even don't know how to use the computers properly. But now these companies who actually were giving the software to these other companies for web conferencing, they have started helping schools also, and they have modified some of these platforms for teaching purpose also. So after some research, I shortlisted some of these e-learning platforms, and then I will explain what are the positive and negative of these e-learning platforms. So first of all, let me define what is video conferencing. Video conferencing is a visual communication session between two or more users, regardless of their location, featuring audio and video content transmission in real time. So it is just like talking to each other, just like we talk to each other on phone and do video call. So it's like a video call. The only difference is now there are more features added to this. Next is that though video conferencing was important tool for companies or offices to so as to prevent the employees from coming to each and to one place and then organizing and spending a lot of money, it has also become popular as a marketing tool for holding webinars these days and other some online events. Most of the launching of certain products also is done through these kind of online web video conferencing. Now technology has got another boost when suddenly this lockdown was declared all over world. Now what happened after that? So the various schools, they started searching for this, and one of the most effective tools for success in these situation is the video conferencing. Now you all are using different hardware components at your homes. The only problem which we as teachers faced is that at home we were locked after the lockdown, so whatever was available in our home we were supposed to use that to teach our students. So those who were having the laptops and computers in their home, they felt little easier, but those who were having only mobile, that was little difficult, because to teach through mobile also and then to teach through the and to speak also and then to use camera also was little difficult initially. So what happened that at that time then, so additionally we all started modifying some of these things, like our mobile. We started using some selfie sticks to hold our mobile, to fix it so that it can be focused onto board, etc., to make the board clear to the students so that they can read and write from there. Now additionally, what other features video conferencing has now? I will only talk about the video conferencing softwares today only. Additionally, video conferencing services usually offer more than just face-to-face interaction. The best-in-class video conferencing services also help to share their screens, like we are sharing screen at present. They also even help to remotely access one another's desktop. So I can also allow some of you to use my desktop also, if through different platforms. Some of these do have this feature, some they don't have. We can chat via text messages also, exchange files even. I will explain these things once we move further. Communicate via digital whiteboard or the normal board which we used, or interactive boards, and even broadcast conferencing to large group of passive viewers who are not directly are part of the conference, but they can see it live on YouTube or say some other platforms. Now, aside from shared meeting, video conferencing is also an efficient way of teaching online, which support live interaction with students in real time. So we can talk to students, we can ask about their doubts, and they can even clear their doubts directly online at the same time when teacher is teaching, and even reaching out to students and even our other teachers also. Now further, now I will start with the various platforms which we are going to use for teaching. I am using, as far as myself is concerned, I am using different platform, though not Zoom, but I will go to that also. Now various platform for online teaching. Well, there are several web conferencing software services, but they come with different features. Now what are those features? As a small business, so if someone is suppose doing it commercially, like even schools can also opt for this. Some of these e-platforms, they offer some premium features which are not available in the free versions. Some they provide trial versions, some they provide it free but with limited features also. Now some less effective methods other than the e-platforms, which some of the teachers are using in some remote areas because of certain limitations with students also. They don't have the access to the mobiles that often as our urban area students are having. These are like sending written notes and then clicking their pictures, or making video or recording video and then sending these through different methods, like through WhatsApp or through Google Classroom or through Snapwork, which we are using in our school also. Some of the teachers, they record the audio files and then send the recorded lessons to students so that they can listen and do the needful. But these are less effective. What are most effective are when there is real-time interaction between students and teachers. Now, some of these platforms are, number one, the most common and most talked about the platform these days, the one which we are using for the present workshop also, is Zoom Cloud Meeting. So this is, though initially this was in certain, you can say, problem also because of some security issues in this, but still it is one of the most popular platform even with schools and the teachers also, and in the companies also. Second one is Microsoft Teams, which I am using for teaching my classes. Then third one is Cisco WebEx meeting, though it is quite useful. It is comparable to Microsoft Teams, but the problem with this is that you can't use it for longer duration. Then the fourth one is Google Meet. Another one is some of the others which are less common are Say Namaste and GoToMeeting, though these are not that effective in use because of certain limitations in these also. So let me take one by one these. First one is Zoom Cloud Meeting. Now Zoom is our choice as the best overall video conferencing service because of its handiness. Means it is the easiest one to use by bringing certain necessary changes which some of us in fact doesn't explore, but if you explore it properly you will find that it is one of the easiest and the most handy one to use to teach. Now this comprehensive cloud-based video conference platform is intuitive and effective, and it supports up to 1000 participants in paid version at a time, but in free version up to 100 participants. So this is the one of the limitation that you can only allow up to 100 participants, but I think in schools it is sufficient. Next, the system is easy to use and is available in multiple price points. Still, it is quite costly if we go with the paid version, because approximately for per month it will cost approximately $15 or so, which will amount up to 1100 rupees or so. So that is not feasible with the teacher, I feel. But if school buy this, then I think this will be a great help. Then next, other features when using Zoom, some of the features are participants can access it from various locations and devices. Even if you are at a place where the internet connectivity is not that good, still you can use it and attend the classes. Meeting attendees can tap into software from desktop and mobile app. So both versions are available. That is, its desktop app is available and mobile app is available, as well as from in-room setups also. And first-time users require little to no training on the platform. So if someone is using it first time, they just have to register it and directly join it, or you can join the meeting even without logging in. That is what is the good thing about Zoom. Then other important features include private and group chats, though these are certain things which I don't recommend, but a tool, one of the very important is raise their hand. So if somebody has some doubt, they can raise their hand and the host can take the question from that, so as not to interrupt the speaker also. The breakout rooms for smaller group discussions also, but these are available in the paid version, so I will not go into the details of these. The next part is that Zoom pricing. Now Zoom has free plan as well as 3 paid services, so I will only take up the free plan. Each of the service plan offer differ based on the price, the minimum number of hosts, the maximum number of meeting participants, and other features. So there are more features in the paid versions, but even the free version is quite good. So let me explain what is there in free version. The cost is $0. Meeting time limit is just 40 minutes. This is the biggest problem with this, that there is the meeting time is just 40 minutes. That's why we have to rush through this. Now minimum number of hosts is 1, but the maximum number of hosts is 100. But there is one good thing about it, that if there are only 2 people, that is you want to do one-to-one meeting with someone, that means only 2 participants are there, then this can go on for even 24 hours. So there is no time limit for one-to-one. So if there are group of students sitting in one place, and if you connect your laptop to say a bigger screen or a projector, then even 40 or whole class can attend your live session. So without any time limit. That's the good thing about this Zoom Cloud meeting. Next is that what are the pros of this? Its interface is really simple and easy to use. So there are very less number of settings available in it, so anyone can easily understand it. The learning curve is very short. It means anyone can easily understand how to use this in very short period of time in one go. And it is very easy to share the Zoom link. So the easiest way to call anyone to your meeting is just share the meeting ID and password, which can be repeating also, which can be different for different meetings also. So this is the only platform which is the easiest one to join. But though it had created certain problems also when this link is shared with some other people, and some Zoom bombing can also take place, means someone who is not part of the class can also join your class. Then there are screen sharing quality is excellent, as you can see as I'm sharing the screen, so you can see the quality also. Video calling is no buffering, automatic adjustment is there from their side, from the server side. So that's the good thing about it, that even if speed is less, you still can continue with your calling during this. Then active speaker view, which you can do in the settings. I will explain it in tomorrow's session. Then what are the other pros? Simultaneously screen share. Simultaneous screen share means that even 2 people in the same meeting can also share their screen. Like I am sharing my screen, someone else also can share the screen also. So simultaneously screen share can also be done, and those who are attending, the other people who are attending can also see to it that which one is doing what other is doing. Then desktop and application sharing is also there. And even virtual background means you can change the background of the host. Like if you don't want to show what is there in your room in the background, so you can change that also. I will explain everything in tomorrow's setting. Now you can schedule your meetings in advance, even 1 month before the meeting. Like we have already scheduled all the sessions. That's the good thing. It's quick to learn. There is one very good feature of this is there is local recording feature. We can record the whole session in our computer. Host can easily record it, but even the other people can record, but if host allows that recording, then only. Then private and group chat, host control and raise hand options. I have already explained about this earlier. Now what are the cons? Cons means the shortcomings. The way video calls are displayed when there are too many people is a little awkward, especially if you are not on speaker view, and if everyone is on unmute, then it is very difficult to see who is there on screen, who is talking to you, because as soon as somebody creates some noise, the screen changes and that person comes onto the screen. Means the host loses its importance then. Then with a bad connection, sometimes the video call could be viewed without any problem, but now either the audio or the video can be pasted in this case. What happens if the bad connection is there? That the audio and video will not match with each other. Maybe audio is coming to you, but video is coming little late. So there is no syncing of the audio and video. Another thing is that which are cons, the limited time. This I have already told you, that is 40 minutes, but if participants are more than 2 only. If participants are less than 3, that means 2 up to 2 only, then it can go on for unlimited time. Then the biggest problem, which was the talk of the town when it started, was the security concerns, like Zoom bombing. Means someone else start posting certain things, but now with just small changes we can easily prevent this also. Another problem is annotation by the participants. Annotation means they start writing something on the screens when you are sharing the screen. Then private chatting between participants was another problem. Like teacher is teaching, but students are chatting among themselves and using different foul language also sometimes. This was a problem initially, but with certain changes in the security settings, you can prevent all these things. Now mobile app for iOS system, that is in iPhone, has poor audio quality, means the audio quality is not that good in that. But mobile app also is not good enough as a web as compared to website platform. That's the main thing. Some features are missing in mobile app. Now Microsoft Teams. I hope Zoom is having these features. Some of the features which are missing in Zoom are there in Microsoft Teams. Though it is little tedious to use this, but still, I feel it is the better as compared to Zoom, because of the one good feature is that there is no chance of somebody coming to your meeting without your permission. And secondly, there is no there is no time limit in it. So Microsoft Team is part of the Office 365 subscription, but now it is available even for free also. So you can directly register on the Microsoft site for Microsoft Teams, download its app, and then you can log in with the Microsoft account and you can start your team. So I will not show this because of lack of time now. Now, what are the good things about it? Team allows communities, groups, or teams to join through specific URL. Now, how people can join? People can only join if you invite them. Otherwise, they can't join. And even then, if somebody is part of your team, only then they can join. I'll explain it in the next session, how one can make a team and how one can allow the people to join your team meeting. Now I will just go into the pros and cons of this. First of all, what are the good things about it? It is free, means there is no charges for it. Even the paid version of Microsoft Team is not that costly. It is just 130 rupees per month approximately, or 150 approximately we can say. So that is much cheaper than Zoom, and it is available in India also easily. So there is no time limit in it. Minimum number of hosts is 1 and maximum can go up to 250. That's another good thing about it. Then other pros are there is virtually no time limit. Then it is more secure because it's you who will prepare the team, and then if you add someone in your team, then only they can join your class, otherwise they can't join your class. That's the good thing about it. So it is more secure, and its servers are in America, so it is much secure as compared to Zoom, because Zoom servers are in China. Another, you can also use its built-in integration to collaborate on Word. So you can use your Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint files directly in this. So you can pick these files directly during the meeting from the PowerPoint software. So you need not to separately open the window and then share the screen. It is you can upload your files in the Microsoft Team app, and then you can use these during the class also. Then shared chat space means anyone can see the chat which you are writing on that. So most of the people will then refrain from writing something because it gets recorded also, and you can't delete that chat in it. So the person will be in limelight, who has written, what has been written, everything. There are collaboration tools. I have told you can share documents and files in that easily. Instead of sending it through WhatsApp or later on after the class, you can still share in that Teams app, and anyone from the team can open and download those files if you want to. Then so iPhone app is awesome in this, means it's much better than any other app in iPhone. It is integrated with all of Microsoft suites of product, means MS Word, Microsoft. There are so many apps of Microsoft, they all can be used in this. It has great mobile functionality, means anyone can join. Even when they are in car, they can join the meeting from there also. That's another good thing about it. This software can be installed on desktop, laptop and mobile. So that means it has both apps for Windows as well as iOS, and for mobiles, Android version also. It is able to stream high quality HD videos using this solution. But there are some cons in this. One of the biggest problem is sometimes when you are logging in, then you have to log in again and again. This is the initial problems which some people may face. So another downside of this is you can't conduct video conference from web browser. You have to have the app installed in your system, otherwise you can't start your meeting. And another problem is that you have to have the app in your mobile or desktop on the other side also, those who are attending. And one more problem is that it is quite pricey. As compared to if you are using Office 365, that is quite costly. But if you are just having the app, then you can opt for a cheaper version also, but then the limitations will be there. You can't use all the applications of Office 365 in your mobile team, Microsoft team. It is difficult to start from mobile app. That's the biggest problem, that if you want to start your class from mobile, some of us are taking from mobile also, then it is difficult to start from there. Another one is you can't delete a sent message on chat tab. That means if once you send a chat, write something, you can't delete it, even if it is wrongly typed. No recording facility, that's the biggest problem. Once class is over, there is no recording in the free version. So you can't share the recording with anyone later on. Now, some of the other cons are that the way it stores attachments is not up to the mark. Some of the attachments you can't store if they are big files, you can't store them. Sometimes if you add an attachment to a message which you are putting in the chat box, then it goes into a folder, and sometimes it is difficult to find it, really hard. I will explain this tomorrow in the next session, how to do that. Then if joining over voice and sharing screen, bandwidth required increases, means it needs more bandwidth, means more faster internet. Another, high data consumption in video calls. So if you are using all the videos are on, everyone's video is on, then you can't you can say that high data consumption in video calls will be there. Does not have 4K video streaming facility. This doesn't matter for us. So that was about the you can say two of the e-platforms. But one thing I would like to share, though there is little time left, but I would like to explain few more e-platforms which are available. So tomorrow I will take 2 more e-platforms and will explain what are the positives and negatives of those. But the other things which I'm going to take tomorrow, again, it will be how to set it and make it more interesting for teaching purpose, especially because some of us are facing problem that we are not able to set or bring the settings properly in these apps, and it ends up with something wrong, and sometimes we have to stop our class abruptly. So if somebody has any doubts, they can ask for today's session, and I'm sharing the link also in the chat box. They can that is a feedback pro forma. So other than that, if somebody has any doubt, I am going to unmute everyone. If you have any doubt, you can ask your questions. Your questions are always welcome. So I'm going to unmute everyone. So now you can unmute yourself if you want to. So if somebody have any doubts, they can ask now. Yes, teachers?
Sir, I just want to ask you, Indian है जो नई apps हैं, they are not good like Zoom.
Actually, Say Namaste was one of the app which was introduced by Government of India, but it still is in its testing phase. So it's not that good in as far as Zoom and Microsoft team is concerned, because it's in initial stages. So there are sometimes problem of video streaming, the quality is not that good. So that's why it is not that popular with the people, and there are many features which are missing, like sharing of files, sharing of screen is not that good. These are the problems. I typed the link, ma'am. Again, I am sending the link if somebody is saying. Yes, anyone else wants to ask anything?
Link is not visible for the feedback form.
But I have sent it many times, 2 times in fact.
No, sir.
It is not
It's not-
visible.
It is
Visible?
not visible, sir.
It's not
No, sir,
visible
it's
anywhere.
not visible.
Chat में appear नहीं हो रहा.
Actually, the chat is private,
Okay,
not
I'm
to
just
everyone.
okay.
So you have to send it to all participants since chat is private in this app.
I'm sending. Don't worry.
Otherwise, the link is same, which was being shared in the morning.
Is it visible now?
Okay.
No,
Excuse me. Otherwise, the link is same.
Now?
No, it's still not visible, sir.
Not visible.
No. No, it's not visible.
Wait.
We have sent you our attendance also on the personal chats which are available on our from our side.
chat को private
Now
की
see,
जगह
I,
everyone कर दो.
I think it is visible
Now
if you see.
visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, sir. Now it is.
Okay. Any other doubts, ma'am? But tomorrow's session is going to be quite interesting for you people because that helps you to make your use of these apps more safer and more joyful. Because there are some do's and don'ts which we some of us don't know. So I hope you all will join that also. But in today's context, today I was supposed to discuss which platforms are there. 2 more are left. So I will discuss those 2 tomorrow also. So if anybody has any other doubt, please ask. You're all welcome. I hope you all must have put your name in the chat with your school.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any positive, negative views, whatever you have about today's session, you can just put, let me know, because this helps me to improve also in further sessions. There will be different kind of sessions.
Location today, Seeds of Hope, Part 1.
Otherwise also which platform you people are using, I would like to know that also. Most of you are, which platforms you people are using? I think most of you are using Zoom. So okay, less than 1 minute is left. I thank you all for today's session. So in tomorrow's session, I will take a different topic, though it is in continuation to what we have done today. Initially, it will be little similar type, but later part of that session will be more interesting for you also.
Education today, Seeds of Hope, Part 1.